Hey everybody, GT here from GT's Barbecue. This weekend I decided to do a tribute to first responders. I selected a couple of local firehouses in my area. Some of the neighbors pitched in. They're going to cook up some sides. I picked up a couple of 15-pound briskets here, so this should be plenty of food for everybody. And so not much to it. Stay tuned. I'll get these things prepped up here in a sec. One last thing. I would like to issue a little bit of a challenge to my fellow YouTube cooks. Grab some food, cook it up, take it to somebody that would really appreciate it. A lot of good causes: police departments, fire departments, health workers. Cook out some chicken, cook up some ribs, whatever you want, and take it to them. I guarantee they'll appreciate it. So stay tuned. I'll be right back, and we'll get started on this trim. Hey everybody, quick update. I decided to call an audible and switch my cook today for the first responders to ribs. So I decided to pick up some really nice spare ribs. I'm going to trim these up St. Louis style. I'll get to that in a minute. Shout out again to first responders. Stay tuned. I'll be back here in a second. We'll get these things prepped up and get them back on the grill. Okay, I've got these beautiful ribs unpackaged, rinsed, patted them dry, and now we're going to turn them into what's called a St. Louis cut. Spare ribs come just like so, and what I'm going to do, usually I feel in about the third bone is going to be the longest one, and I want to square these up into more of a traditional look. So I'm going to go in, 1, 2, 3 bones, come over here, kind of feel where the end of it is. Get it shaped up. And then I'm kind of just going to draw an imaginary line. Not an imaginary line, an actual line. Right down the length of the bones. Just like this. So now we have what you're more used to seeing, more of a squared off rib. This I'm going to save. This is delicious. I'll probably cook some of this. Had kind of an odd bone across here. I'll probably go ahead and you can kind of see the rib. This is called rib tip meat across here. I'm going to save this and we'll cook that up later. I'm not going to cook it today. Frankly, I don't have room. So now we have our ribs. I want to look it over. I want to get rid of some of this surface fat on here. And that looks pretty good. You want to square it up as much as you can. That like so. Turn them over. And this little flap of meat is just going to burn. So once again, just going to take that off, put it in the keep pile. That's delicious meat. And there you go. So the last thing we want to do is take off this membrane. This is different than silver skin. This is really chewy. So I just like to get a butter knife under here, kind of see how that pokes through, lift up, make a little space, and if you're lucky, it'll come off in one big piece, and I find using a paper towel really helps grip it, so you can grip it and rip it. Like this, and this is going to be more than one piece, but you can kind of see how easy it comes off. Once you get a hold of it, it'll tear right off. No sweat. Just get under here again Another paper towel. And pull. And there you go. The membrane's off. That one's done, looking good. When I put these on, I'm gonna smush them together like this, and that'll really help the meat give a better bite through once it's done. So I'll go ahead and get the rest of these trimmed up, and then we'll get to season them. So stay tuned, I'll be right back. Okay, so we had quite a bit of drop on this. This is all good meat. I'm gonna freeze this and cook this up with other things. So one of the things about spare ribs that I like, you get quite a bit of meat for your money, and they tend to be meatier, in my opinion. So I'm gonna go ahead, I've got these all trimmed up. I'm gonna get them seasoned. Just a light coat of regular old yellow mustard. Just enough to help the seasoning stick. So there we have our mustard. And I just have some of my homemade salt, pepper, garlic here. And you don't want very much, just a hint. Ribs aren't really very thick. I like the extra flavor it adds, but you can definitely overdo it. And we want the meat to be the star. And I think that's just fine. And then I'm going to go in with a layer of my Uncle Steve's Gator Shake. I've used this on pork the other day, and I like the color, and I really like the flavor. Add it in, turn it over. I do like to put a little bit of seasoning on the back. I'm not going to put any SPG or salt, pepper, garlic on. Just a light coat of Uncle Steve's Gator Shake, like that. So there's one. It's taken me about an hour to trim these and get them ready, but it's worth every minute when we see the end product. So there's one. I'll go ahead and get the rest of these seasoned up. We'll get them out on the grill. Stay tuned, I'll be right back. Okay, I've got these ribs on. I'll take a peek at them. We've got 6 racks going. I planned on a half a rack per person, and this shift I'm going to serve to tonight has 5 people per shift. So I think that's going to be enough food. We're going to take some sides and some cornbread and some other things too. But there's a peek at it. Give it about an hour. I'll keep an eye on these. Some of these are thicker than others. I may rotate them around. We'll keep an eye on them and check on them here in a little bit and see what we get. Hey everybody, sorry I didn't have a chance to shoot every stage of this video. It's been kind of hectic today, so I want to deliver these here in about a half an hour, but I do want to show you what we have. So we have 2 different fire stations that we're going to deliver to. We have some ribs here. We have some of my universally actually famous baked beans. We have some coleslaw. We have some cornbread. Another batch is coming out here in a second. And we have some scalloped potatoes that a neighbor's going to bring. So I'm going to get this all packed up while it's still hot, take it down there, and hopefully we'll get some pictures. So thanks so much for watching. If you're so inclined, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.